Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paige Campbell Show, episode 39. 39. I don't have one. I guess they're both divisibles of 3.
Are they?
I think in the earlier episodes I used to be like, episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, that's pretty
This is going to be a good one.
Episode 39, a new episode coming at you.
We got a star-studded one here, guys. We got Winston Hodges.
Hello.
He's been on 35 and 36, I think.
Yeah.
Noah Clarke. He's
Here.
been on like every other one.
I'm back.
It's our first show together.
Yeah?
I know. It's exciting.
It's a milestone.
You guys have... When did
Paige
you guys
Campbell.
actually meet? Because I know
I
I've
met
introduced
you.
you at shows.
I think I met you at a show.
Yeah.
That's definitely the first time I met you.
Yeah.
But I can't
Been
remember.
a big fan for,
been
this long.
a big fan for a
been
while.
following
Yeah, I
your
remember
comedy.
like you're so high energy on stage. I remember like telling Daniel and Noah that you were a pretty different person on stage. And then because they came to Clash,
Yeah.
and you get up and you go, keep it going for me! And Daniel said like he lost his mind. Like that's Winston. Like I didn't realize.
Yeah, I think that was probably the first time I saw you.
Yeah, I
at
met you at
Clash.
Clash because I met Daniel at the Kurt Braunohler show.
That's right. Yeah.
And I met Nick at JMU.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Nick doesn't come to shows. He's not a big stand-up boy.
No, he's a big music gal.
He is a big music gal.
He's good at music.
Buffalo Gals. If he's coming
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. Ooh.
Nick-
Episode 39 and Paige is so fine.
Nicholas Gals, please come over tonight.
Nicholas- Welcome to the Puncast.
But
That's all you
welcome
get.
to- Yeah, I know. It's going to be a lot of really bad puns.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Set some new lows.
Or new highs.
Exactly.
Usually new lows when
I
it's...
think there's a lot of. I think New Highs is it's a good weed podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
that's true.
Don't know if it's a real one.
That sounds like a
That's the
Doug
first. That's the first
a
bad
Doug
joke of the
Benson
night. The first
That's
the
not
first
too
of
bad.
many. The goal is to hit 39. The goal.
Okay, we're going to keep a tab.
39 puns.
39 awful jokes.
They'll be... Like, that's like...
What was the one I did with Honeydew? That was that one
Oh,
was
that
the,
was the worst. No, we have a running competition, Winston and I, where, like, on the way to shows, because we always have, like, hour-long drives to shows.
Yeah.
On the way to shows, we always just do the worst puns.
Nice.
And usually Winston lowers the bar more,
I'm pretty good at
but
it.
we both try to get the bar pretty low.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think my worst was we passed by a Kohl's, and I said I was gonna go to like a retail store to get some shirts, but at the very last second I got Kohl's feet.
Were they cold out of shirts?
They might have been. We didn't go in.
Were they cold out?
The joke was already cold. Kohl's.
But
You can add to it.
It's the same pun.
he's riffing.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And my worst was I don't even know what we were looking at. That was Honeydew.
We were looking at,
it was like alcohol. It was like we were
yeah,
just walking down.
it was ale.
It was like Honeydew ale, and I was like, "Yep, that's what honeys do." See, mine don't
there
make
was
sense.
there was structure to mine.
Mine has no structure. That's
Yeah.
the.
And that's why you lower the bar.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm always looking for structure.
I just go in with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Just like I'm the. I just throw all the spaghetti at the wall and see which noodles stick. It's usually one or two. Not enough for a meal.
That opening song, shout out to Artum Rich.
Richie Reezy. Look him up.
Is that his rap name?
Yeah.
I didn't, or it's not rap. I
Whatever
guess
it is.
it's dubstep.
It's hip hop.
Is it hip hop?
I don't think that's
I think
considered
lyrics have to be involved.
Maybe.
If it's
Maybe trip hop.
It's trip hop.
Trip
It's
hop.
glitch hop. Glitch
Yeah.
mob.
glitch hop, sounds like
Was
I
it-
wonder if he labeled it. Let
glitch
me-
hop
Was
sounds.
his shirt off when he did it? We could call it strip hop.
Glitch hop sounds like. That's two.
Summer two.
Artum Rich Hop. Might as well just
Glitch
call it
hop
that.
sounds like an app that you get coupons from. They mail you coupons.
Exactly.
I'm gonna see if he has tags for like a.
I'm sure he does. But we figured we'd give him a little shout out. We might call him if we're really floundering for material. He's been on the show before. You know Artum Rich, one of the best, the Russian bombshell.
The Russian.
We love him. You
I
don't. You
I
don't.
don't know him.
You haven't met him.
Never.
You should meet him. He's a good.
He's a
I
great
heard
guy.
he's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's a really good boy.
The best boy.
Yeah.
What does a best boy do in So no, you're a film guy, Winston.
I think he goes to Best Buy.
Is that 3?
It's number 3.
We've reached the holy trinity of.
I used to know what it was. I have no. I, have,
You went to,
I
like,
don't
college
remember.
For, like,
Oh yeah, I was
did
bad. Yeah, I had, like cinema minor. But I mean, like we would learn those terms like the gaffer and like the best boy, and I don't remember what it is at all.
Okay.
Someone should probably look it up.
Because I always see
I can look it up.
I think you should.
Trying to look up what
Oh, we don't.
what kind of music
this-
Richie Reezy makes.
This podcast is based on ignorance. We don't look stuff up.
We'll just leave it in the
Yeah.
leave the
What's
mystery.
Best Boy? Episode 40 that we record 6 months from now.
Well,
Find out
We're
next
like,
episode.
What's a Best Boy?
we'll have an answer.
We'll find out in another episode. Then,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Noah?
College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost done with the first year.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's flying by.
Yeah. Decided on a major.
Nope.
Nope.
Not really.
It's exciting.
Just gonna waste my time, waste my tuition money.
You can't waste it more than I am.
Well,
That's
Do-
true. You can't.
Doing shows.
yeah. I mean, you're getting shows at least. You're getting out there,
Trying to.
making
the goal.
making some money maybe every now and
Here
then.
and there.
Doing shows, meeting ladies,
Trying to be.
so that he can become the
Meet
breast
those
boy.
ladies.
There it is.
No, now what does the breast boy do?
Oh, wow. The bars is getting lower.
Oh yeah. That's.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Am I not making a full hour?
I'm sorry. We got 35 left to go. So
Well, that's the thing. 35? This is 39, right? Oh, it's 4. Okay. I thought you were at 3. I was like, that's 38.
number 4.
What was I gonna say? You gotta help me out
I
here.
don't know. You were saying we.
Oh yeah, you gotta slow it down a little bit because you said you wanted to get to 39, and at this pace, you're gonna
blow that out of the water.
3,900.
3,900. Nice.
We've had some holidays in between
Yeah.
everyone's last appearances.
Yeah.
Christmas you weren't on the Christmas episode.
It's not. So I haven't been on a show since
I don't know.
before Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait, was Christmas the last episode we did?
I
Oh,
was
we
last
did
episode
the Origins
I've done
episodes.
the 2 with my
Yeah.
parents, which you should listen to.
Pretty good episodes.
There's no camera. I'm just
I'm just still looking in that direction. Just
yeah. But yeah, Winston, Christmas.
I know.
Quick recap.
It's a shame I wasn't here because it would have been the most wonderful time of the year.
Boom.
Nice.
Cinco.
I'm very disappointed in myself.
Cinco.
Christmas was fun.
Yeah.
Spent time with family.
Mm-hmm.
Did some shows.
Yeah, we did do shows. What shows did we do around Christmas?
I don't remember, but we did a few.
We definitely, we're always. That's not like
Yeah, it's
an
like
exclusive thing.
yeah, it's like
get
shows,
this,
bro.
we did some shows.
You guys did comedy over
But it's the only thing I do.
Yeah, it's
So
the
it's
only-
like
yeah.
if I took comedy out of the equation, it's like I watched a lot of TV, ate some candy,
Candy's good.
played some video games, then waited for the holiday where my Lord dies and comes back to life.
That's exactly right. That's one of my favorite things about the holidays is I like how it's like a trilogy where it's like so Christmas comes out and it's like, oh, that was so good. I can't wait to see what happens next. It's like, but you have to wait a couple months. Good Friday's coming soon to a month near you. And then he dies and it's like, what? I have to wait 2 more days? Oh my gosh. And then it's Easter and I don't want to spoil anything.
No spoilers,
No
please.
spoilers.
We haven't got there yet.
Yeah. So, Easter is in the either. How was
Nice.
Easter, everyone?
It was good.
It was great.
Do anything
Had a
special?
good Easter.
Did I? I didn't. Did you?
I was in town. I was home
Yeah.
for the weekend.
I get the religious connotation, but like I kind of think Easter's a throwaway holiday.
Ugh.
Like nothing really
Ugh.
happens on it. You disagree?
Chocolate bunnies.
Why do you
Well,
disagree?
without the religious aspect, yeah. If you take the
But even
religious
with the
aspect-
religious aspect, there's no real.
it's the most important.
It's the spring holiday.
It's like
saying-
it's the basis for Christianity.
No, I'm saying even with
it's the entire basis for the
I know.
largest religion in the world.
I know, but even with the religious aspect,
We should ask Danny what he thinks.
hear me
I'm on
out.
the-
Hear me out. He's been on the pod.
we got 4 mics.
Yeah, that's true. I could go grab one. Hear me out.
Excuse me, Dr. Danny. Could you? Attorney at Bible.
That doesn't count.
No, that wasn't even a bad joke.
That's not a pun.
That's just
no. It was a bad joke.
That's a show I'm working
It's a great
on.
joke.
That's a show I'm working on.
Attorney
Dr.
Bible.
Danny, Attorney of Bible.
That does sound like a terrible like,
Adult Swim show. That could totally be on Adult Swim.
Either Adult Swim or like
He's just
legitimate like
CW.
straight to DVD Christian.
Just a Christian.
They sell it at the.
He's trying to decide if he wants to be a
bookstore.
Christian lawyer or a Christian doctor.
I like it. Well, we should kickstart it.
I'm down.
We got to okay. Kickstarting Attorney at Bible.
Attorney of Bible.
First, we got to get the cast.
Mhm.
Dreamcast for Attorney of Bible.
Got to be a Baldwin boy.
Okay,
Obviously,
it's got to
not
be a
Alec.
bald. Got to be a Baldwin boy.
Obviously, not Alec.
No.
What's the name of the main character? I'm thinking shitty alliteration.
Should we hire Kirk Cameron?
Oh, I didn't even think of Kirk Cameron.
Ugh.
I don't think we can get him.
Kirk
I think
Cameron.
he's
Is he still
I'm
alive?
gonna, like,
He can be a tier because it's like if we get a million.
Doc-
Dr.
produce.
Danny, Attorney at Bible. And it's just got to be like, I like Danny Duquette. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Danny Duquette sounds like it's.
Danny Duquette, I like that.
Yeah.
Or we could just go a crazy route and just hire my dad. Get him to play
I'm down. He could totally be in it.
Attorney at Bible.
He'd be too good. I think he'd be too good.
You think
at
he'd be
it.
too good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's too believable.
Yeah.
It's a Christian film. It cannot have good acting.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But kickstarting it. What are the tiers for Attorney at Bible?
$5. You get an easy pass into heaven.
We'll send you a.
That's
That's what it is. It's
We'll send you a
you
New
don't have to
Testament.
wait. You don't have to wait in line. You just walk through like the easy pass thing,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and if you didn't get it, you
don't
get
have
it.
to wait in
You
line.
get
No
a.
tolls.
It's like,
No tolls
they're not
to
even guaranteeing you get in.
No. It's just like you just drive through, and it's just like they take a picture of it, and in 2 to 4 weeks, you get a letter saying whether you're going to hell or not.
Yeah. Do you think like it's been millions, maybe billions of years at this point? You think there's an overpopulation problem in all heaven and hell?
Hell, yeah. Because
Definitely.
there's not going to be, because that's.
I mean, there's 6
like
million
the-
Jews
narrows
down
the
there.
path.
Yeah, the only thing.
There's 6 million Jews.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be
At
over.
least 6 million.
Because the only thing that would make hell worse is if there wasn't any leg room. Like that'd be
Yeah.
the worst.
I'm already on fire. At
Yeah,
least
exactly.
give me some
I'm
space.
already on fire, and this jackass
Give me-
seat
Yeah,
is
give me a
reclined.
It's basically India, but you're on fire.
Yeah, it's just
Like-
India, but you're on fire.
Yeah.
Exactly. 6 million Jews.
Yeah.
Seems a little inflated.
It probably is. The number's probably a little off.
This is the character called the Holocaust denier that I'm playing right now.
Good character.
I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm just saying the numbers are a little off.
It's quite a few.
Quite a few.
It's like still a lot though.
Well, they are good with numbers.
Yeah.
That's true.
Probably.
So it's like $5 easy pass into heaven. -5, you're definitely going to hell.
Yeah,
Like, you don't donate to our movie.
You don't donate.
Exactly.
100%.
$10, you get a picture with Jesus,
Nice. How are we gonna swing that?
signed by his father.
How are we swinging the picture with Jesus?
I don't know.
Because I like the idea. I like where your head's at.
I could talk to him. Just like,
There's no.
I don't know if you knew this, but I've got a pretty good personal relationship with Christ. You know.
All right. It's been 2,000 years, still hasn't come. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing my crappy one-liner there, but I'm not gonna do it.
You're better than that.
I'm not gonna do it. I like the Lord. Big fan.
You'll only do it on stage.
I'm only gonna do it on stage. I can't be the guy that's doing bits on pods.
Yeah.
I can't
We've
do
all
it.
been that guy.
You gotta have standards.
Gotta have standards and practices.
Just like
Dr.
Dr. Danny.
Dr. Danny,
Pastor
attorney
at
at Bible.
Attorney at
Bible
Bible.
attorney.
Like Pastor at Law. or
No, Pastor at Law is the spin-off
This is the
starring Danny's wife.
I like that. Well, dude, if the first one's successful, it could be a whole series.
Yeah.
Dr. Danny, Attorney at Law.
picked up for a second season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's our goal.
it's a stretch goal. Our goal is to make the movie.
They've got good titles like Dr. Danny. It's
I'm
my,
saying
it's
like-
my way or the Yahweh.
Well,
That's number 6.
it's like the Air Bud series, but with jobs.
Yeah, but
so it's like Air Bud, he's doing. He's covering all the sports. So
Oh.
the first one, it's a pastor that
Yeah.
wants to be a lawyer. Second one, pastor that wants to be a doctor, a medical doctor.
Yeah.
He's already a
Doc-
doctorate.
Dr. Danny, doctor at law.
Doctor at law.
So he got his law degree. Now he's trying to be a doctor.
He's got his law degree in doctorology.
like, the
He does
fourth-
medical law.
Ah.
Like hospitals get sued. That's why they call him in there.
There it is.
But it's got to be a church hospital.
Yeah,
Like
they
it's-
have those.
Yeah.
In like Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupus.
Guadalupe is the
Name.
disease.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe is the
Guadalupe.
disease that they get
Yeah,
when they.
that one's mine.
Yeah,
So.
that's a good one.
I did
I'm
lower
proud
the
of.
bar.
I'm proud of Guadalupe's.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
proud.
you. But yeah, I'm thinking they get more ridiculous. Like part 5 is he becomes like an astronaut. It's like Dr. Danny, attorney at law in space.
Guadalupe sounds like the disease they rule out in Mexican House. It's never Guadalupe.
But yeah, I like this. Kirk
I like
Cameron.
Kirk Cameron as Dr. Danny, attorney at Bible.
Dr. Danny. What was the last name you had?
I don't know. Was it Dr. Danny, attorney at Bible? Dr. Danny, it's My Way or the Yahweh. We got to think of some good titles.
Well, here's the question. I'm thinking for the cast name. Danny. Dr. Danny implies that Danny's his last name.
What if his first name's Doctor?
Ah,
So he
I
doesn't
like
have a
that.
degree.
It's just like
It's
he
just-
was born a doc. His parents
Yeah.
wanted him to be a
Doc
doctor.
Danny.
He's born a doctor. His parents wanted him to be a doctor, and he's like, no, I want to be a Christian lawyer. Dr. Danny, attorney at Bible.
Attorney at Bible.
And if that doesn't make my mother cry in a movie theater, no Christian film.
God's not Danny.
Nope, he's surely alive.
That's
Roaring
the,
like a mountain.
that's the tagline. God's not Danny.
God's not Danny.
But supporting cast. He's married. What's the wife's name? It's all got to be terrible alliteration.
All right. So Dr. Danny, and he met his wife because they have the same first name, Dr. Debbie.
Dr. Debbie.
I love
So her
it.
name once they get married is Dr. Debbie Danny.
She hyphenates it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Debbie Daniel.
Dr. W. Danny.
Oh God.
Triple D.
Triple D. Dr. Debbie Danny.
Um,
I'd watch it.
Has
I'd watch
promise.
what?
It has promise.
Oh, it has a lot of promise.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everybody be praying that this gets made. We're going
But will it fulfill the promise of the
I don't know
Lord?
if it'll fulfill the promise. Can this movie make our Lord come back?
I don't know. To stop it, to halt it in
It's like,
production.
that's too
That's,
much.
that's
too
what
much.
finally makes.
He just shows up and he's like, no one's going to believe they're both first name Doctor. Like, because that premise is unbelievable. One doctor will let it slide, but two, one of them a lady?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Doctor.
Dr.
Danny.
Debbie Danny. It's hyphenated. Because I was about to say, like, if her last name is Debbie, when they get married, it's going to be Danny. But you, before I could say it,
Oh, I got it.
you slid right in there and you're like, it's hyphenated.
It's definitely.
Don't even say it.
Yeah, I've got you. He's a progressive Christian. She's not taking the whole man's name. We'll split it up. Oh, Lord.
Exactly.
What are some other tiers?
Oh, yeah, other tiers?
Well, there's for fears.
Yeah.
That's one tier.
Who's that?
It's our good pal Nick.
Is it? What's Nick up to?
It's something going on down in Harrisonburg.
Shout out to Nick. He's been on the show.
Yes.
You've met him.
I have met him.
I think we already established that.
He's a music gal.
He is a music guy. That's right. Yeah. Oh, he's a music guy, you say?
He's a music gal.
When the gals...
Yeah.
Gonna level with him here.
The Camptown Piccianinos sang this song. Dude, Dr. Danny at Attorney Bible.
That's 7 or 8.
I'm riffing, bro.
It's all a riff.
It's all a riff.
It's all a riff. I'm trying to think, let's talk about shows. Have we had any horrible shows recently?
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout wasn't really even a show.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true. That
'Cause it
actually
didn't
is true. If you show up and there's no show,
Yeah.
it's the worst show. Because last time you were on, we talked about Eddie's.
Ugh.
Oh, we could talk about that.
And I'm just saying, ugh. Why would you waste
Where's
time?
Eddie's?
Downtown Charlottesville.
Eddie's
It's the worst place in existence.
It's a poorly run excuse for a venue.
Well, I don't want to retread too much.
That identifies itself as a show.
I don't want to
It's a
retread
trans
too much
show. I
because
don't
we
bel-
already talked about how bad it is.
It's a poop show. Next show.
Bad show. But do you want to talk about what happened at the most recent Eddie show?
What did happen? Oh,
It's up to you because
we can talk about it.
Okay.
Let me hear about this.
It was
The table is yours, Winston. I'll drop the set in if you give me the audio.
I've got the
Are you
audio.
recorded it?
Oh, dude, it's bad. I don't know with people being in the other room. Can I swear?
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
weird.
Go for it.
I sound feeling. Well, basically, I hate fucked Eddies.
Yeah, real bad.
real bad.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't think I've been watching a lot of stand up for my life in my lifetime. Not a long lifetime, but I've watched a fair amount. I've never heard the C word drop before in a set.
Yeah.
You should drop the C word a lot.
like 20 times.
Yes.
Never directed at a lady. Not
Was it
one.
not? I think-
Not once was it directed at
I
a
don't
lady.
think that's true.
We'll listen to the set after this. I do not believe.
the lady.
Yeah, Eddie's is.
Eddie, it's named after Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. No, it was just they were very disrespectful.
Oh, that's your phone. You want to get your mom on the pod?
Did you get heckled?
It's your mom.
People were being disrespectful.
Here.
It was not good.
Get your mom. Put it up to the mic.
Oh, she hung up.
We like to have special guests here. I just like to go with the flow, see what happens on the show.
Yeah, it's just
What was she calling for? I'll drop the audio in.
no, but basically,
All right, we're at like 25.
yeah.
Solid.
Basically, what happened was they just were being very disrespectful. They were not being very nice to us.
It's a disrespectful room. Go back and listen to the first episode Winston's on, and you can hear more about this place.
That's
But
true.
Very disrespectful room. No one listens. The mic,
Mhm.
it's literally an open mic. As in, there's no
So-
host. You walk up and just start talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it exclusive for comedy or
No.
is it okay? So it's just
We kind of like the only people that really show up regularly are comics, though. So we kind of made it a comedy open mic, but no real time limits. I started my set and I did jokes for like 90 seconds, and then someone heckled me, and I lost my mind for 15 and a half minutes.
Wow.
I just I'm doing all the dark, angry jokes that I
Right.
have. I'm doing really aggressive crowd work, and it is the laughter was minimal at best.
Oh, it was very minimal.
The other comics liked it, and then some of the
yeah.
audience would laugh at stuff. But there was only like 6 people in the audience.
Mm.
But it was just like it didn't make me feel good about myself. But that's the only time I've ever done that at a show.
Oh yeah, because it's super unprofessional to do. This room's already super unprofessional.
But it's what they want.
Yeah.
And it literally is a room where it's like they want you to be mean to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
no
weird.
material will work. It's not my ideal show.
Did you perform at the?
Oh yeah,
That
I mean I've
night you did?
every week.
He bailed after
I did 6 minutes. I said I wanted to do 10, but I wasn't feeling it because
I wouldn't have.
it was a very bad room. But wanted to do 10. Didn't hit it. How long did you do?
well, it was like 17, 15, 16, like that ballpark. 15 or 16 minutes too long if I
It was not the best. It's weird. I don't know. It's the type of thing where horrible room, but it's a weekly mic, which there's like no other weekly mics.
Mhm.
So it's just like it's nice to be able to get up.
Yeah.
Like know for a fact you'll get up every week, but very bad.
We've had good shows since then. That was the last bad show
Yeah,
that we've had.
that's true. Yeah, the Hollies.
Ugh.
Hollies was
I forgot about that.
real
It was
bad.
Yeah, Hollies was really bad. Hollies was people not paying attention, not enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Kind of just annoying humans. And they did not like any of our stuff, just talking over us. I tried to get their attention a few times, and then Chris Allen did an hour at the end because it was his birthday.
Yeah, he just did like an hour and a
That's
half
great.
of crowd work. It was sweet. As far as good shows go, your show in Farmville was super good.
Thanks. That was fun.
Very proud of
really
you
good time.
for throwing that show.
You hosted it?
Yeah. There's like over 100 people there.
Oh, nice.
And there were moments where they were like talking really loud or whatever, but I don't know. I felt good because I was able to get that many people there, but all the comics did great.
That's cool.
It was fun.
Fish and Pig Funnies.
Exactly.
Super fun show.
Super fun times.
Proud of you for putting that show on.
Thank you. I'm proud of you for being on it.
Oh, thank you.
Not very proud because he was not there. No, it was not.
It's like an
available.
hour away from where he lives.
He should have started walking.
Hey, man.
And,
Can only walk so far.
that's very true.
So yeah, I mean, that's what we've been up to.
That's about it. Let's talk to your broa.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. What questions do you have for Noah?
interview me. I'm all.
Because
I'm in a book.
what?
This is interesting. What I want to ask. How long
New
have you been
format.
friends with Paige?
We've been friends since the beginning.
It's like 13, 14 years.
Running on 14, maybe.
Met in
Kindergarten.
kindergarten.
Well,
Oh,
maybe longer because our brothers were friends.
Ah,
Who knows?
that's true. I believe kindergarten is when I formally met you.
Yeah, when we shook hands and did the whole
Yeah.
Seriously, like, was
exchange
there,
of names.
exchanging of business cards at the
I'm sure,
Kindergarten,
the
first day of
playground?
kindergarten.
sure there was. Sure there was.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a long-term friendship here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very much so.
So, were you going to Grace Elementary?
Yes.
So like elementary thing. So you went to Grace
Mhm.
your entire life too.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did that scar you?
Uh,
Tell me any damage?
It's
any
pretty much.
any
a lot of
damaged
trauma.
tails?
A lot of trauma.
It's pretty much
that I deal
solid
with.
up till high school. Like it's,
Yeah. Can't complain. Like I even enjoyed middle school, to a degree, and most people hate middle school.
I didn't think middle school was the worst, but
It's not a middle school fan.
Yeah. most
Uh,
people-
I mean, yeah, middle school's just
seventh
bad.
grade was garbage. That was
Yeah.
not a good year
seventh
for
grade
me.
was bad. But overall,
I've never met anyone that was like crushing it in seventh grade.
Yeah.
There's no one that was like
really doing great. In
So
seventh
people like it
grade.
was like Eric peaked in seventh grade.
That was his year.
It was a downhill slot for him after that. But he was really crushing the hand holding in seventh grade, and that was it.
the person that peaked in 7th grade, where do you go from there? Like, what is life like after you peak in 7th grade?
Not great.
Yeah, I think if you peak
Can't
in seventh
imagine.
grade and it doesn't get better,
Yeah.
you've probably
Yeah.
died of like childhood cancer.
That's probably
Like
true.
that's probably it. Like you've
Yeah.
peaked because there's nothing else after.
At least you got to meet John Cena and
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly. Old JC.
Well, JC.
He is my Lord and
I
Savior.
knew it. I knew.
Or maybe that was their make-a-wish that they would peak in 7th grade.
Yeah, exactly.
They had
That's
terminal
like-
cancer. It's like, I just
What
wish
do
I
you
was.
want? It's like I just want to peak.
Now that's an interesting thing. We were talking about how Christ hasn't returned. What does he do if someone asks for him for a make-a-wish?
He's like, well, I'll see you in 3 months. What's the rush, kiddo?
You're exactly right. Why waste your make-a-wish on
Yeah,
that?
why waste your wish on this? Why don't you waste it
You'll
on
see many ways.
something good? Like not losing your hair, baldy.
Oh wow.
You can make that joke.
You have any good? Not
got
good, I guess, but
I've got some more questions for Noah.
oh, do you?
I'd love to hear these questions.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
It's
that's
gonna,
just a
Um,
good. That's just a good.
it's gonna get intimate.
That's just a good pitch in general, though.
Yeah.
Let's go around the table. Noah.
So we're all answering.
Sure.
Put me on the spot. I don't really.
Because the show is.
What's the first
There
thing when I
was
say
topics.
the worst? Like there has to be something that jumps into your mind when I say worst thing that's ever happened to you. Even if it's not actually the worst, there has to be something that's just stuck with you. If it's a serious like breakthrough, don't do it on the podcast. Like
I do.
Like yeah.
I didn't
Because
want to.
I like exclusives.
You guys are the first people I've told.
Yeah. If it's just like, yeah, one time at a Bible camp,
Yeah, exactly.
we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, not at all.
Save that one for the therapist.
I don't really know. I can name some bad things that have happened to me. I don't know what the.
Shoot.
Not sticking to superlatives here.
Yeah, that's hyperbole is the worst. It's hard to put a title on it, but bad things. I was just gonna ask bad middle school stories. That was my pitch. Because we went to the same, so like if you have any, but also Winston, we did not go to the same middle school.
We did not.
So I'd like to hear.
You were also probably both in diapers when I was.
That's pretty true. What year?
I'm 6 years older than you, so y'all would have been in first grade.
Wow.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
What about someone that peaks in first grade?
Yeah, exactly. Those are the kids that get married in first grade. They just ask other girls, "Will you be my husband?" Like, "Oh my God, be my wife," and that's what happens.
Yeah, of course you say yes.
Did you get married in first grade?
Did I?
Yeah, first grade marriages are fine.
I got married.
Those second
We
grade.
didn't get married, but there was this
Second grade
there was
divorces
this-
are
there was
hell.
This girl who just like remember Riley?
Mm-hmm.
She would just like run around and like kiss every dude.
Yeah.
And we're talking.
We got a name for those ladies where I come from. Hooers.
Is it? Is that the word?
Yeah,
She's a harlot.
exactly.
The harlot witch.
Yep. Nice.
Harlot.
One of my favorite Marvel.
Yeah,
characters.
she's into cosplay, man.
Harlot Quinn.
I'm like, oh, it's the one I was getting ready to do.
Sorry.
So good. So good.
Don't be sorry. Own that joke.
Yeah.
Harlot Quinn.
So are we going back to the topic or?
Yeah. Bad things, middle school things. Just
school things.
bad things.
Bad thing.
I don't know. We had an ex Navy SEAL as a middle school teacher, so
Right.
that brought some
Yeah,
fun
Mr. Renton.
times.
The most Navy SEAL name you could possibly have. Bill Renton.
Ugh.
I didn't really have a hard time with him. I think there was like one time where he got mad at me because I wouldn't shut up in his class.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna try to fight me because he said, "No, we were going on a trip. It was the survival trip where we."
I think we both got kicked out. Is this when?
He wouldn't shut up in his class, and he goes, he looks at me. He's like, "You need to be quiet." And I said, "Okay." And then I kept talking or something, and he goes, "Do you want to go?" And I thought he wanted to fight, and I was like, "No, I do not want to go." And he's like, "All right, you can leave." And I was like, "Wait, are you talking about the trip, or do you want to fight me?" And I realized it was the
Oh
trip.
yeah.
And I,
Well, yeah, that's a tough one because it's like, do you want to go? It's like out of the classroom. No, I do want to go on the trip.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
that
love to go
sounds
on the
like
trip.
a lot of fun. No, I remember. You laugh at the dumbest stuff in like middle school.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember how it happened, but we wouldn't stop talking, and I think this was the same time that you're talking about.
Mhm.
But I think he said 420 years, and you looked at me and went,
Oh yeah.
420.
Oh my gosh.
And then we both started laughing and got kicked out.
Yeah.
And that was a classic moment.
Did Mr. Renton have a 10? Because
Have-
then it would be Mr. Renton's 10.
I don't believe he had a 10.
You probably had a 10.
Pretty hot wife.
That's,
Kind of a-
ooh, very nice.
Not a 10.
Turn
but
it- turn it-
that's a 9.5.
Oh, 9.5.
Mr. Renton 9.
9 or 4.
Oh, he was a 10.
He was 10.
I had a this was elementary school, but we had a substitute teacher who was I don't think he was a Navy SEAL, but I think he was like a nom, and his name was Mr. Lineweaver, and something that I thought was really funny.
He had like PTSD all the time.
Listen, he was just a substitute,
Like,
but he's just like
I just picture Jason in the back of the room going, rat-a-tat-tat, and he just ducks under the desk.
Oh no, it was nowhere near as clever. But what might have happened was first of all, non-veterans should not be in charge of children.
You said like first grade?
Just like it might have been second or third. Like
Ugh.
seriously, I was super young.
That's not
and
good at all.
I thought it'd be hilarious to call Mr. Lineweaver Mrs. Lineweaver.
Classic. Classic move.
Absolute
I
classic.
thought it was just like
Calling his gender
And
into question.
I did
Love
it. I did it twice. He told me, "It's Mr. Lineweaver. Don't you dare do it again." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." So he proceeded to make chubby second grade Winston do 50 push-ups.
Well, that was the thing about Mr. Renton, too. We're 7th, 8th grade, all doughy 7th, 8th graders. And,
Especially me.
I was
not.
I was a veely little boy. So
he would make us do push-ups, too. Like, if we were talking too much, he'd be like, 10. Like, he'd just point at the ground and go, like, 10.
Yeah.
And he looked like 50-year-old Aang from Avatar.
Oh.
Because the hair on his head, he was bald, but the hair on his head formed a perfect arrow.
Yeah, he had a nice arrow going.
That's awesome.
And
Well, but
that was Mr. Renton.
But in all seriousness, with Mr. Lineweaver, the yes ma'am. I said that, and he said, "Don't do it again." And I didn't do it again. I did not do
Right,
it.
right.
I did not do it again. I
You
still
accidentally called him mom.
no, I still swear that when I said it again, it was a pure accident, and he lost his mind. He just goes, "Drop and give me 50," and I'm like, "I'm not doing push-ups."
I'm a second grader. I cannot
There's
do 50
there's 20 second grade children just staring at me as I'm attempting to do push-ups,
man.
and I'm doing the girliest lady push-ups.
Oh, when you're in second grade,
possible.
a push-up is the hardest thing in the world.
But here's the thing. Charlene Hodges stepped to the plate.
Okay.
I go home. I am a little distraught at this point. I'm like 7 years old. I have been thoroughly embarrassed.
Right.
It is I'd gotten the best of myself and accidentally did it. My mom finds out that a 60-year-old grown man made her 7-year-old son do push-ups, and she goes,
Doing push-ups and like wetting your pants.
so did I wet my trousers? I had not had. I was
that.
very dehydrated.
Let the record show Winston wet his pants.
But I will say this: might have gotten a full-fledged apology and made a Vietnam veteran get on his knees to say sorry to me.
Nice.
That's like we wonder why.
What you should have said was apology accepted, Mrs. Linebacker. Just mic drop and walk out the door.
And they never had him back. I think I got him fired. I don't know. I feel bad.
With all this like political correctness in the world, like the older people are we always wonder why the older people are like, oh, this younger generation a bunch of pussies. You literally got injured fired.
It was not meant to. I literally was just like, I really wanted a private. Like, I didn't even want an apology. My mom just wanted him to say he was sorry to me and that he wouldn't make me do push-ups ever again, which was all I wanted. And he comes into class, gets on his knees in front of the class, and says, "I'm sorry I made you do push-ups."
Wow.
Oh, that's incredible.
And
That's
I
awesome.
thanked him for his service.
One of the that's incredible.
No, it's not incredible.
That
It's a good
is
story.
like that's one of the best.
I've got a lot. My school was ridiculous.
We need school stories. Specifically, if you have
Here's one.
a memorable teacher. Yeah, we'll go to you.
And this is actually among one of the worst things.
Yours on Bay.
I got him.
Among one of the worst things that
Keep 'em on
probably
you.
Yeah.
is he Bay? Michael Bay.
When you break up with your
Michael before anything else.
you break up when you
I hear a
when
minion quote coming.
when you get a new girlfriend, your old girlfriend is Old Bay
Nice.
seasoning. Your former girlfriend is Old Bay.
So this is among one of the worst things
That's
that
good
probably
because she does have crabs.
has.
Nice. I want to start a dating site called eBay. Boom. All right.
Anyways, this is one of the worst things that probably has happened to me and Paige.
Okay.
6th grade, I think.
Okay.
We went to a pretty legalistic school, and we got called gay
Oh yeah.
and questioned about it when we were, 13?
Yeah.
And it was a pretty intense, interrogation.
I wasn't part of the interrogation, but I remember.
You weren't there for that?
No, it was Daniel
It was me, Daniel.
and someone else.
I think Isaac was
was
there.
a real
Or
Isaac,
Artum.
yeah.
Pretty sure Artum
It was a
in
real
there.
interrogation.
I was like
Sure
I
was.
was like right. I was so close to being part of it, but for some reason they didn't call
Yeah,
me
it
in.
was
Because they didn't need any questions answered. They knew.
they were like, yeah, he's gay. we don't have
Everyone else, they wanted to get to the bottom
Don't worry
of it, and
about it.
Paige was like, "I am the bottom of it."
But I mean, that was pretty rough.
Yeah,
and
so basically
traumatizing.
like
The sex.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty like legalistic, like fundamentalist school, and like they basically thought this group of boys were gay because they acted like boys.
Just joking around. I don't even think
Like, I remember, like-
I did anything.
Like a lot of information got like construed. Like, did you ever play this game in school?
It's a bunch of 6th graders reenacting the volleyball scene from Top Gun. Just
Yeah, like that's all it was.
get 'em, Goose.
No, do you ever play the game where you would sneak up on someone? Listen,
Put your fingers in their butt.
Hear me out.
Because I
You
feel
would
like
just,
that's
like-
what you're doing. Because you just did 2 fingers together. I'm like, where are they going?
you would just like touch their elbow and count, and This is total middle school game.
Oh yeah, this is basically what it
would count
with the
and you would the number you get to before they realized you were touching them was the percentage that they were gay.
No, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a foolproof medical test.
Exactly. Like, I think it's still rock solid.
Yeah. As long as it's under Obamacare, I'm all for it.
So, you know, just dumb middle schoolers being dumb middle schoolers. Somehow the teachers heard about it and thought that the game was we would grab each other's crotches
yeah
and count how long.
That's the most awkward game of telephone that's ever been played.
Essentially, yes.
Exactly.
So what percentage were you?
I mean, it varied. It was like sometimes it was 5 seconds before I realized, so 5%. Sometimes it was 2,000%.
Ooh,
You know,
5%.
sometimes they would do
It's more percentage than actual juice and some delicious fruit
Sunny
drinks.
D.
That's
Most delicious.
Sunny Delight.
fruit drinks.
Because if they have a lot
Get fruit drinks.
nice way to bring that around. I remember it was in I think 3rd grade with Mrs. Stacy. Remember her?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Tasty?
Mrs. Not Miss. Mrs.
I think so.
Mrs. Tasty.
This is tasty.
She was not tasty. But we used to always do that like girls versus like boys like game.
On the playground.
You know what I mean? Like where you just like chase each other.
The game of life.
Yeah, exactly. Chase each other around. I remember I like we were playing it like all recess and I put like a bandage around my arm like in the bathroom and I was saying it like I was hurt because one of the 6th grade girls put lipstick on my arm. That was what I was saying. It's already a ridiculous premise.
Right.
Sure, it's only 5%.
So
You sound pretty gay. You sound pretty gay.
Just saying.
already a ridiculous premise.
Might have been a false negative on that first test.
I remember.
Should get a second opinion. Maybe
You can
Dr.
see-
Danny.
Yeah, Dr. Danny, attorney at Bible.
So, bandage around my arm because of 6th grade girl lipstick. Because that's how the game works. You're mortally wounded if you have lipstick on your arm. So, I remember like saying it to all, like you, Daniel, like all our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Daisy was like, why do you have that on? And I said, lipstick, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, is that true? And I was like, yeah. Like jokingly, I said yes. Apparently, after we all go home, because it's like, after we all go home, she interviewed all the middle school girls and was like, did you do this? and then I had to like apologize to the whole class for lying to the teacher.
Ugh. Ugh.
And I felt really bad, but in hindsight, I'm like, it was a game.
Yeah.
Who cares? The only game we had was like
Schoolyard games.
I made one up in middle school and high school.
Okay.
That I thought was tons of fun.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very hard to explain, but basically what it is you would you have to you don't have to say you're playing. Everyone's playing. so first rule to any good game.
First rule. It doesn't matter if you're not into it. You're in.
Everyone's playing the game. This is actually we might need to bring this back in the scene because I think this game's really funny. So the way that the game works is you would just go up to someone and you would stand completely still with your arms near them, like your body near them. And if they touched you while you were completely still, you got to hit them.
Sounds like a solid game.
So that's what it is.
I think they should institute it into the Olympics.
So the best part would be like you would have someone that would be like not know they're playing the game.
I'm sending this clip to the Olympic Committee.
And they're writing something on the board, and you would go behind them and put your arms against the board and make your body like around them, and they turned around and they would hit you like 6 times, so you would destroy them. It's a fun game.
That's a solid
I had a blast, and it just became stuff where like people would be walking, and then you would try to stop right in front of them, and they wouldn't be able to stop.
The key question here is...
I was really good at it.
I don't doubt that. The key question here is, what grade is this?
Oh, I made it up in 8th grade, and it might have gotten brought back in 11th. junior year, bringing it back. People were into it.
Oh yeah,
Sounds like fun.
Not the ladies so much.
I believe that.
Proves they don't.
You're just like
quality.
striking down high school girls.
But not even you're not even.
Oh,
hitting,
we did it too with tabletopping.
You wouldn't even like hit them.
We
hard.
did tabletop people a lot. That was
You
fun.
wouldn't hit them hard. You wouldn't hit the ladies hard. But you would slap the dog shit out of your friends.
Other. You said you had stories.
Dude, I have so many stories. It's.
What you got?
All right, boom.
I'm trying to think of good ones.
I had a pretty good tabletop
What's
story.
tabletop?
Tabletopping is when you get on your hand. You have one person get on their hands and knees
Oh,
behind
they push
and
them.
push
Okay,
them.
I didn't know that had a name.
We got
just
kind
called
of
it being a dick.
yes.
Oh, we were definitely being dicks.
We got carried away with it a few times.
Snot-nosed eighth grade.
One person got like really mad and freaked out. I think
Yeah.
you remember that.
It was Noah.
It wasn't me, but it was somebody else named Noah.
Yeah.
One time I did a pretty
leave
good
out.
one where like I took a bunch of mowed grass, like dry grass, and put it in my shirt and walked up to somebody and was like, "What's up?" And there was somebody behind them. I just pushed them and dumped the grass.
Oh, that's clutch.
I remember that one.
That's
yeah.
really good.
Favorites.
Yeah. I remember
It's a
that.
great prank.
When Noah like flipped shit.
Yeah.
It was like we were tabletopping everyone. It was like this school trip.
That's
It
awesome.
was on grass. We weren't. No
There's just like
one was getting
4 or
hurt.
5 of us tabletop.
Daniel
Like every person.
tabletopped this guy named Noah, and he lost his mind. He's like, Daniel, that is not funny.
Started chasing him around. Daniel's pretty fast. He's a swift kid, so we didn't catch up to him.
My thing was like the people I just went to school with were funny. Like really,
Yeah.
like they're just characters, not
Yeah.
funny on purpose. Just like
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my god, like and I have so many stories because I was always like even in high school since I didn't drink till I was 21. I was always sober at all the parties, but people still hung out like hanging out with me because I was like funny and like
The roast master supreme.
Yeah.
Winston Hodges.
yeah, and I would just be like, so I just saw crazy stuff. Like we would have this thing at the end of the year called class competition, and like all the classes would compete in games or whatever. And
Field day.
Yeah, it's field day was for children.
Field day.
Field day was elementary school.
I'm
Class-
not going to let you on this podcast and talk crap about
No, I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying that's the minor leagues of class competition. Like class competition was we had like it wasn't just field day. We did trivia, we did Family Feud, we did stuff like that. And one kid, this kid in my class, Jackson, I think it was Jackson.
Okay.
I don't know, it might have been another
Bad
kid.
Action Jackson.
Exactly, but he's picking on a kid younger than him named Corey, and Corey mutilated his face. Like they're in the weight room and it's like we're getting ready to play like basketball seniors versus juniors or whatever, and like they're like teachers are running to the locker room, like people are losing their mind, and we're like, what happened, man? And he's like, and then Jackson just comes out and just blood pouring off of his face. And we're like, what? He's like, oh, he picked on Corey, and I'm like, yeah. Let's get this game started. I don't really
We
care.
never really had many fights.
We had fights. We had a lot of fights.
There were a few
there were
fights.
like audible fights, but no one ever really hit each other.
I think there was maybe
Because it's
one,
like at our school, I think if you hit someone, you would really get
one or
expelled.
2 fights.
We had some kids get in
ever
trouble for
happened.
it.
Yeah.
We had like one kid get his head slammed in a locker.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that
That happened to Charles. Yeah.
remember
It
that?
was a play fight. They were playing around.
Is Artum the guy we mentioned earlier?
Oh, nice.
Artum is the only person that ever really got in fights because he got in a fight with Timothy once. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that's right. Yeah,
That was fun. I was
when Timothy wailed on him with the.
I was hoping it would
water
keep
bottle.
going, but the PE coach broke him up, so I was just bummed out about that.
He just had like one of those.
That's
like,
the PE coach's job, is to break up the fights.
Yeah,
'Cause that's who
really-
broke up all the fights that like we ever had. Was like
Yeah.
I remember one kid's getting his face slammed into like the steps
Yeah.
to go down, and it's just over like 2-hand touch football. Just like
It is funny, like the parallels between like the schoolyard and the prison yard.
Oh yeah.
Are like no one's getting like ass raped.
No.
But like there's
just
totally
just emotionally.
there's one guy that is overseeing everything. He's kind of like the prison guard. Like everyone's just kind of standing around.
He just
complaining.
turns his back on the kids he doesn't care about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You can't catch a ball, boy.
yeah. He just turns his back and everyone just starts kicking him.
Yeah. That's crazy though. And probably like I just wasn't a good kid in middle school. Like 7th grade. I was a good kid.
There's
like,
no guy that was a good kid.
but it's
in
like
middle
7th grade I was just awful. And it was like probably the dumbest thing I ever did was I didn't do homework. I didn't like to do homework.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't. It's just the thing. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it didn't get done. If I couldn't do it 5 minutes before class, I would just not do it.
I
And,
just did most of mine 5 minutes
yeah.
before class.
So there was one where I just completely forgot, and I hadn't done homework in like 2 weeks
Ugh.
or something like that. So she
Oh,
sent
no.
a letter home to my mom that my mom needed to sign.
That's the worst when they.
And so I signed it.
Right, of course.
That's my mother. Teacher, also, I have very poor handwriting. Teacher knew right away that was not this handwriting.
You're not. You don't have a future in
Not in forging.
forgery.
So she writes me up again and sends me that home to have my mother sign it.
And you signed it
And
again.
I signed that again. And that is
That's
the
incredible.
one and only time that I was on behavior probation in
Wow.
school.
We had this happen. It was in 8th grade. There was this one guy. I think he'd been held back like twice. Preston.
Right.
He'd been held back like twice, so he's basically a 10th grader, and we're all 8th graders. So he's God to us. Like we burn effigies to this guy.
We had a kid who was like that, but it was in elementary school, and he's like in 5th grade and had a mustache, and he was terrifying.
So totally not a good influence, but he's a god to
but
us.
at this point, he's the coolest kid you know.
Yeah, like exactly. He's basically a 10th
because
grader.
he can't read.
He's
like
so
that's
cool.
why
This
he's
is
the
the
coolest.
kind of guy that peaks in 7th grade.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm not leaving here.
He peed in hand sanitizer.
I got some
Hand sanitizer that got used frequently.
And then, hand sanitizer that was used frequently, he just peed in it, did it back up, and then we saw people use it. And every time we would just laugh, probably get kicked out of class for laughing. It's like, why are you
That's
talking?
really funny.
Yeah.
We had a guy, a really tall guy that I was friends with named Ryan Sharp, but he was like, he had a mullet and he had.
I love this guy.
6'8" mullet, really thin, redneck mustache, beard, like combo.
Yeah, he looks like
deep Southern accent.
Like the
I
eighth grade.
like this guy, but there's so many ridiculous stories that I have about this human being that literally I want to interview him at some point because it's like so many stories, like just amazing quotes taken out of context that are still funny.
Right.
But there's this other fat kid named Bradley, and he was they didn't really care for each other.
Mhm.
So they're having an argument next to the band room, and Bradley urinates in a bottle.
Okay.
All the way to the top, and threw it at her. just threw a bottle of piss. Here's the kicker: top is not on the bottle.
Oh no.
He throws the bottle, his
Now-
own urine, on his own face because he's throwing it. And it's just like so it gets on him.
Hanging on the gallows,
Yeah.
you erected for another.
Yeah,
That's a Heyman joke.
Exactly, and he gets it on himself, but he also hit Ryan in the other episode. They're just both covered in Bradley's urine.
Oh, gosh.
And at this point, it's just like a blood oath that they have just
Yeah.
taken together.
Ugh.
That's great.
Oh, urine's gross.
Urine is gross. I bet the teacher came in and said, "You're in a lot of trouble."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh
Thank
my
you.
Gosh, you're in a lot of trouble. Ugh.
That's mine. That's my.
It's a good
little-
one. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
I approve and appreciate it.
Thank
yeah,
you.
this
It's
Ryan,
clever.
like this Ryan Sharp guy would just say shit like he liked this one girl, and he showed up at a party, and she was hooking up with another one of our friends,
Mm-hmm.
but they're doing it in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So he's watching them through the
Like through the window.
the window
Oh,
of the
God.
basement, and then he calls our friend Matt and leaves.
Sharp
it-
has attacked this Ryan.
yeah, exactly. That's his last name, Sharp.
I know.
I don't know if I had said it yet or not. I was like, you're golden if that is.
Oh,
She is.
it was on
Ryan
purpose.
Sharp
Nice.
is attacked for sure. But he calls Matt, the guy that's hooking up with him, and leaves a voicemail. And the voicemail was like, I walked up into this party, and what did I see? A bitch on a bitch. It's like, oh, that's gold. That's
is
gold.
pretty gold.
That's gold. Like it's brilliant. It's just brilliant.
That's a good
Wow.
one. What are some of the embarrassing crushes? I guess,
that I had?
or crushes or things you did to try to get a girl's attention.
Nothing. I was really bad at that.
I was too. That's the
'cause
thing.
mine
But,
was-
but if there are ones, I want it on this spot.
Mine would be not even embarrassing, but my thing was like I was just always trying to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Like that's it. So it was just like saying and doing anything and everything
Yeah.
to
For the bet.
just being
It's all about
super
the bit.
disruptive in class, being really mean to people.
Yeah.
Like not nice at all. Destroying people with my words. Like that's pretty much the most. Because I was never doing anything like crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm like it's not worth it.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
I'm
that
like
was my
it's-
mindset too. But I always kind of wished I could be that person.
No, I do too.
Because then I could have some cool stories for the pod.
Yeah, I don't have any cool stories like that.
Yeah.
Mine are mostly like secondhand stories of stuff that I saw.
I mean,
And,
that's
like,
good.
And like I'm the person that's trying to make sure that like my friends didn't die of alcohol poisoning or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like Winston was playing the school mom.
What's up?
Hey, you talking about embarrassing stories about getting girls' attention?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I have one
I kn-
with our mom.
I know you have one.
To our mom? I think that's already on the podcast.
Oh, the one about the balloons in the car. Do you have that one?
Balloons in the car.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no if you don't.
Speaking to the mic.
One time she went out to her parking lot in high school. She went to her car, and it was filled, like completely filled up with balloons that this guy that was always pulling pranks on her had done. He just stuffed her car full of balloons, and that's basically it.
Was this a love?
Smooth moves.
Was this a love? Trying to make a love connection?
Yeah. I think according to Mom, like they went out for a little bit because he had a crush on her. So he was always like putting stuff in her locker and crap like that.
Ah.
See what-
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
There's the dud.
That's solid. Do you have any?
She dated a guy who did shrooms. No, I don't know. She dated a guy who did shrooms who gave her a mixtape of Magic Carpet Ride.
That's awesome.
Do you have
That's a great mixtape.
That's funny.
Do you have any great schoolyard stories?
Oh no, man.
No? No, I mean even if you witnessed it secondhand.
No, I was a nerd.
I'm sure you watched my brother do some great.
That's what I'm saying. Nerds can witness things.
Did Quentin do any stupid stuff? He probably did, but I didn't see it.
None of this is getting picked up.
but I had one where like I thought it would be funny because that I just went to Food Lion and bought like 40 hot dogs, and I just thought it'd be really funny to just put them in people's cars while they were at baseball practice and stuff. So this one kid we went to school with named T-Bone, I put 20 hot dogs in his car, like all over the sunroof and stuff like that. So he thought he got all of them. 3 months later, he gets in a car accident and his car flips, and he comes to school and he's like the next day and he's like, yeah, I thought that the worst thing had happened, and then a hot dog fell on my face. It's like,
That's
Wow.
great. Just like a rotting hot dog.
the 3-month-old hot dog just like smacks him in the
Insult to
face.
injury.
There were these two girls who were like hated me, and they kind of hated like. Did they hate you?
I mean, for no reason.
Yeah, we didn't do anything to them. But after they decided they hated us, we totally did stuff to them. Two girls. I think I'm in 10th grade.
Did they have one
They're
cup?
seniors.
Mhm.
What? No.
They didn't have one cup.
No. We did not wish them to have one cup because they were not the best. Yeah, they like hated us for like no reason. I don't know what their reasoning was. But the way our school was set up, we would have to park in this parking lot and then walk up a hill to get to our actual school. So we got out earlier than them, I guess.
Mhm.
And so like oh wow. The box office for Batman v Superman dropped 81% week to week because of how
Really?
it is, apparently.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I kind of dug it, but that's it had
It's
a better
rough.
opening
Yeah.
than the
But back to your
Avengers.
story about your ladies. I didn't
It's
know you
pretty
were
rough.
read it out loud. I just wanted to show you.
Well, I mean, I'm being recorded. I figured I'd go ahead and
Fair enough.
read why there was a lull. So yeah, parking lot is down here. We have to like walk up this big hill to get to our actual school, right? So we got out of school earlier than them. So like for a couple months, like every day, I would just pee on the handles of their car.
You'd peed in their gas tank
I
once
peed
or
in
twice.
Crystal's gas tank a few times, which I don't think really did anything. It was just more vindictive.
Which is funny.
But yeah, they were getting piss handles for a while.
And they never knew.
I mean, if they listen to the pod,
I think they do. I think they're subscribers.
yeah. Are they subscribers? I don't feel bad that they know that if they
Good.
hear this.
Good.
So yeah,
should
peeing
do
on
that.
the handles of.
That's pretty
Rose car.
funny.
It's all right.
Pranks are funny
Pranks
when
are
you're
funny.
like,
That's more vindictive than anything. But they like I'm never the initial dick. You know what I mean?
yeah, just in response.
Just in response. So
Here's a good prank. I used to hide stuff around the school, like notes and stuff,
Okay.
just for my own benefit, like help me, that kind of thing. And I hid a note in like a wall or something in one of the classrooms that I wrote my number on, and I basically just wrote, "If found, call this number." And one morning I was driving to school and I got called, and I think it was like a younger kid, and was like, "Hello, who's this? I found your number." I just told him it was somebody else.
yeah,
It was pretty funny.
I like that. That you also left like a note in the computer, right?
Yeah, I would leave notes in the CPUs.
Like inside of the computers.
Yeah.
I remember I did a couple just like I was so bored in school that I would just do silly, just like the dumbest stuff. Like I used to like just like glue pins onto the bottom of desks. Just for no reason. I would just glue my supplies that I wasn't using to the bottom of desks. I also one year got like Google eyes.
Oh yeah.
I got like a bunch of Google eyes and I would just glue Google eyes to
Googly
like
eyes?
Yeah, googly eyes.
Okay.
Oh, I was saying Google eyes.
It's like that's not.
Google brand.
I was using googly eyes. I would just like glue googly eyes to stuff.
That's
Like the
funny.
urinals and stuff.
Yeah, the
So it
urinals
made it
just
look
had
like they had
eyes
like
for a while.
that's funny.
So they were just looking at you.
Classic.
The
Just
dumb-
stuff like that.
The dumbest referral I ever got was I didn't like science, so I didn't pay attention.
Oh, science is
And-
the worst.
And I was in like biology class, and we had these wooden desks. So like I was drawing on it with a pen, and I drew like it's like I was drawing like my version of the chart of evolution. So it was just like a fish, and like like that thing where it's like fish, whatever, man. But then at the end, it was Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger.
Nice.
I had to get like it was either she was like, I'll write you up and give you a level 3 for destruction of school property, unless you go to the shop room and get
Sandpaper.
sandpaper
Yeah.
and just do it. So I'm just there after school, just like standing, and I'm like totally worth it. This picture was so worth it.
Well, there was a year. Speaking of sanding desks.
Yeah.
There was a year. No, it wasn't though.
Gotta set you up for that killer segue.
There was a. There
Great
was a-
segue.
do you remember this?
Yeah.
It was in 7th, 8th grade.
Mhm.
Like a bunch of like all the girls like wrote all this like really mean stuff about this one kid who was kind of nerdy, just like all this stuff about how he was gay and stuff. Just like Ben likes men, like Ben's a fag, stuff like that.
Nice.
But since it was about a boy, they just assumed all the boys did it, so they made all the boys during PE sand the desk.
I had to sand a lot
We
of
all
desks.
knew it was the girls, but we weren't gonna rat anyone out. Like that's the first rule.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, exactly. So that was and then the other thing I can remember is we printed those.
Oh, that was classic.
Yeah,
It was just like 30. No, it wasn't even 30. It was like
it was like 100.
endless copies of a dude from like a barbecue contest holding up like his like a sign or something.
Yeah, they
Oh man.
yeah, like our school had a policy where you had to like pay like a nickel or something like per thing you printed out.
Mhm.
But the but the printer was like connected wirelessly to the middle school printer. We're in high school at this point. It was like connected wirelessly to like the middle school printer.
We had that situation.
So we just like during class one day like printed like it was like 150 pictures of just this dude like holding barbecue.
That's really funny.
And we didn't think it worked. Like we thought it was just a silly idea. And then his sister, who was in middle
Yeah.
school, brought us the pictures.
And
was like,
apparently
"You guys do this?"
there was an outrage about it.
That's
too.
really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that where like we had computers hooked up to printers that like were in different rooms, and we would just like print wieners.
Yeah.
It's like we thought
But this was a different school.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
that's really good.
I mean, it's impressive,
different-
like,
it's a different building.
We
entirely.
we
We're on a different part of
essentially
town.
just faxed 100 copies of a random picture.
That's really
to-
funny.
It's like a dude holding barbecue.
We
middle
had
school.
one guy who
I love this setup.
We had one guy when I was in middle school. He was like a senior in high school, and he would just come after lunch and go to the middle school bathroom and just take a huge crap and not flush it. Like he thought it was
Classic move.
the funniest thing ever. And I was friends with his brother, so he like came out of the bathroom. He's like, "Don't tell anybody." I'm like, "Okay," but like, because they were trying to figure out who did it for like weeks after.
Yeah. There were a few times, a lot of pee based pranks, but like some
You use what you have at your disposal.
exactly. Sometimes I would just pee in the trash can. Just for no reason, something would make me mad, and I'd just go pee in the trash can. The urinal's right there. Just to have a.
Wait, did you do this in high school?
Yeah, yes. It was only 2 or 3 times, but yeah.
We had oh, that's so ridiculous. I like that a lot.
Just peeing in the trash can.
Yeah, I love that a lot. That's
Thank you.
actually really, really funny.
I think one time, what's worse than the trash can is, because at least the trash can's in
Yeah.
the bathroom. What's worse than the trash can is, one time after like a school, like social or something,
Yeah.
like ice cream social or whatever it was, the teacher told us me and Isaac told us to go get bags, and I just peed in the closet.
Wait, the surprise
with you?
You never heard this?
No, I don't think you ever told me
It
that.
was,
That's
like,
hilarious.
Like all over the brooms and stuff.
Dude, we had
Just pee.
That's great. That's
I don't know,
really
like
good.
it was totally like such a
That's
little
funny.
dick.
so we had locker
classic.
rooms in high school.
I
Like,
think Isaac has a video of it.
of you
Like
peeing?
it's just
It's
my-
grainy.
It's
but
no, it's just my back, but you can hear like the
Pixelated.
pee clattering on trash.
that's
bags.
funny.
That's so great.
We
I'll text him if he has it. I'll put it in this.
That's
spot.
really funny. Yeah, we had
At the end.
we had like locker rooms, so it was like, but they were like off in a weird, like they were cornered, so you can't see into the locker room from the door.
Okay.
And my one friend was like, "Can you go and get my I left my backpack in the locker. You're going to the bathroom. Get it." I'm like, "Okay." So I go in there, and there's just this really good friend of mine finger blasting a girl during third period, and it's like, and it's weird because he's just doing it where like he's like standing spooning her from behind doing it, and he's just like, "Sup?" And I'm like, I gotta get Trey's backpack. It's like, it's right behind you. He's like, "Oh yeah, come get it."
He's like, go get it.
And she's just
That's
like,
funny.
she's just like embarrassed, but not stopping
Not
what's
stopping
happening
it.
at all. 'Cause she's super close.
Yeah, why would you stop that?
We had a teacher, Mr. Swain, who just didn't
You're such
like
a
me.
beaver dam.
Mr. Swain, okay.
Did not like me at all. Also ex-military. He liked me. He liked me after I graduated because
Yeah, it
I
seems
don't
like
think
the veterans don't like you.
I don't think he appreciated me because I was someone that's like, not to toot my own horn, I didn't have to study very much to do well in school.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just like,
See, I did have to study to do well in school,
Yeah.
but I didn't study.
yeah.
So it's like I
That's-
just didn't do well.
So mine was like we had a hard school, but it's like subjects like English and stuff like that, I just grasp really easily. Like I had to work in science and stuff
Mhm.
like that. That's why I got, B's in there because I didn't really do a lot of work. But like I'd get A's in English and I'd have to try.
Well, yeah, that was like my situation. I would get like A's in English without trying,
Yeah.
because it was an easy subject.
Yeah.
Science, I needed to study. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I would get F's.
Yeah.
Like I would just.
So it'd be like, but he taught composition, and he didn't like that I didn't really have to work hard to do well in his class.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where he would just, there would just be days where he would just get tired of hearing me talk. So he would make me come to the front of the room and flip, those tiny trash cans?
Yeah.
Flip them over and just make me sit on them. In the front of class. And so I was like, there would just be days where he would just come
And then
in.
your mom made him apologize.
No, did not make him apologize. At that point, I was dealing with my own problems.
Nice.
Like a real boy.
Nice.
But that, he would send me out of class all the time. Like I
Yeah.
came into class one day and he's just like, I really don't even feel like having you in class today. He said, you should just go ahead and go to the office.
So you didn't really do anything.
Oh no.
That's a little
Yeah.
overboard. I don't like that one.
So I would just make fun of him all the time and not say nice things.
Oh yeah.
And this is okay. So
Some of the most heinous things I've ever said were like 10th to like 11th grade.
So
Yeah.
he said my writing style, I did this thing called comma splicing a lot in the composition thing, which is I would just put too many commas because I would just treat it like it was a play. So it would just be like every time that there's a breath, I would just have like a comma.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got tired of him writing that on my papers. So the next story I wrote was a murder mystery where he was killed.
Not your finest moment.
by
That's
by a character called the comma splicer.
A character called the comma splicer.
And he took 20 points off for comma
Wow.
splicing.
That's funny. That's really
That's
funny.
great.
But we won.
Any other stories? Any other schoolyard stories?
Well,
What blowjob?
Did somebody blow somebody in the closet?
Closet.
I'm sure that happened.
Oh yeah, I think like Brinkley and Will were doing some Blue Jays. I never firsthand saw them. That was on the bus.
Oh, Daniel and he'd get mad.
Yeah, he would. All right.
Will do.
You're on the Paige Campbell Show.
Bye.
We had a special guest.
Special guest,
Special
Charlene Hodges.
Special guest, my mom.
Very nice.
I can call her back real quick.
I mean,
And-
if you want to
and
get her on the show.
get her some confirmation on her getting an apology from
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Lineweaver.
Let's get the confirmation. Put it on speaker for the pod. But yes, let's get confirmation. It's time to see if Winston.
I don't know if he got fired. But I know that he never substituted for me anymore.
It's time to see if Winston can put his money where his mouth is.
No, she's going to learn a piece of information that she didn't previously know. Hey, Mom, you're on
You're on the Paige Campbell Show.
the Paige Campbell Show right now.
Oh, okay.
A quick question. We're talking about old school stories. Do you remember Mr. Lineweaver?
Yes, I do remember Mr. Lineweaver.
What do you remember about Mr. Lineweaver?
That he made you do push-ups
Nice.
because you accidentally called him the wrong gender.
I got something to confess to you.
Okay.
I the first couple times I did it, it might not have been an accident.
Well, shame on you.
the last time it was an accident, but the first two, it was on purpose. But I just wanted to.
Trying to be funny.
But I just wanted to say thank you for helping me get him fired.
Oh, you're terrible.
All right, I love you.
You're terrible.
I love you.
See you night.
Bye.
There it is.
Facts.
All right. Now we can trust everything you've said.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the show.
That is the show.
Last call on school stories.
Okay.
Anything else you need in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Anything about
I
your
don't
time
think
on the
so.
ark?
Nice. That's
Nice.
never gets old.
I think that was number 39.
It'll never get old. Exactly.
I think that was number 39.
Yep.
I think we did good here today. Guys, if you like the show, subscribe. Like the video, subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on iTunes if you're listening on iTunes. Give us a rating on iTunes if you're listening on iTunes.
5 stars.
5
what it
stars,
deserves.
preferably. Follow me on Twitter, @Uncle Paige. Follow Winston.
Follow me on Twitter @WinstonHComedy.
Yeah.
Follow
And
me
everywhere else.
on Twitter if you want.
It's @NoahAiden42. right?
Yeah. AIDAN.
Anything else you want to plug, Winston?
One thing I want to plug is if anyone's listening and they don't like Donald Trump, they should totally check out on YouTube Winston Hodges crashes Trump rally. It's a very good video. You should like it, share it,
a
and
very good
subscribe
video.
to my page.
It is. It's a very good video.
And
we
also
both
subscribe
have
to my
12
other
subscribers. Nice.
Campbell.
There's number 39. If
That's
the
probably-
other one wasn't, that's number
Yeah,
39.
exactly.
I think we both have like 12 subscribers on YouTube,
Nice.
but they're different people.
Ooh.
So we might be able, if we do this
Dude.
correctly,
Merger.
be able to merge
Subscribers.
and have 24 each.
That's solid. I wonder if Kiefer Sutherland will show up.
He might.
Because 24.
Oh, I get it. Thank you for listening to the show, everybody. I don't have a great sign off.
We'll just play
You got
music.
music? I don't have a great sign off line. Thank you for listening. Paige Files.